How's it going, guys? Trader Neil here, back at you with another crypto video. So today we're going to be talking about a couple news events that have been going on in the crypto space, including CZ, the head of Binance, getting pardoned by President Trump, and some pretty interesting Hyperliquid news. So if you guys are interested and want to see what I think about the charts as well, I would really appreciate if you hit that like button, if you subscribe to my channel at Trader Neil here, and of course hit that bell icon so you don't miss any of my future videos. Would mean a lot to me, guys. You guys being here, watching my videos day in and day out every week while I am uploading them is the reason why I do it, and so that you guys can get alpha and the thoughts on the markets from me directly. And then just in general, guys, before I get started, I know the past 2 weeks, pretty much since this October 10th video that I made here 12 days ago about the crypto market crashing, whenever we saw Bitcoin, but especially alts go down, 50 to 70% in a day in really like 10 minutes. I know a lot of people were hit by that crash. And so, I really overall, I feel for you. And at the same time, I know there's been a lot of damage done in the market, and there's a lot of people that, aren't around anymore in the crypto markets. So if you are still here and you are still working hard and trying to grow your port and better yourself, I commend you. And I personally appreciate every single one of you guys that are sticking around in the crypto space, especially during, shittier times like these. So I just wanted to put that out there. And yeah, let's get into some news before I get into the charts. And so our guy CZ here on his private jet right now with his bling on. Crazy to see this man getting pardoned today. So if you guys don't know what happened, pretty much in November 2023, Biden and his team pretty much prosecuted CZ, and he pled guilty to some anti-money laundering crimes, to market manipulation, things like that. And he was fined $4 billion, guys. That's a pretty hefty amount. And so he went to jail. This CZ is Binance's CEO. He's pretty much the head honcho of this market across the world, guys. This is huge stuff. And he went to jail, and he got let out earlier this year. And things have been really ramping up in the meantime. So in 2025, Trump WildFi, so Trump's World Liberty Fi coin, launched their stable coin. And if you guys don't know, pretty much Trump, his family, World Liberty Finance, their crypto token, and USD1, their stable coin, that and CZ, it's all intertwined here, guys. To put it short, pretty much Trump's World Liberty Finance company invested $2 billion plus in USD1, and CZ applied for a pardon pretty much around the same time. Today, CZ did get that pardon from President Trump. And at this point, as long as Binance doesn't redeem USD1, Trump's USD1 and World Liberty Finance project is making $60 to $80 million a year. And it's not only Trump that is making this money, guys. So Trump's son, as you guys know, Barron, he's worth about $150 million right now, literally from everything that's been going on with YLFI, guys. It has been absolutely insane to see. Pretty much going through this Forbes article, what I can tell you guys is over the past year, ever since Trump won the election, Justin's son, who is the head of Tron here, he put in $75 million into World Liberty Finance. They had a private token launch, so you couldn't sell or transfer your tokens if you invested in World Liberty Finance. And so there was investment started ramping down over time. And now after Justin's son started investing in it, there has been an extreme amount of investments that have been going into their token. And whenever it launched, they sold $675 million worth of tokens. Barron's share after taxes came out to $38 million. Pretty insane, guys. Pretty insane. And so Trump owns about 70% of the LLC that is like the stakes in World Liberty Finance, and the three sons hold 10% each. And so the same amount of money Barron's making out of this is what Eric and Don Jr. are making as well. And so pretty much proceeds from World Liberty Finance tokens being sold, as well as their USD1 sold, is how this dude is making his millions of dollars. The Trump family this week has been announced to have made about $1 billion from crypto. And I'm assuming a big part of that is from World Liberty Finance, guys. Something that I will be completely candid with you guys on is, if you are looking at the World Liberty Finance chart, it is no surprise to me that this coin is up 16% on the day. And the reason I think that is the case is because everything that's been going on with CZ getting pardoned and their intertwinedness between CZ and Trump makes me think that Binance, as like probably like a bit of a, let's just say like a thank you, ends up scamming this thing back up. I would not be one bit surprised to see this token end up coming at least within this previous range at some point. And even to this point of control would be a 41% move. And so I'm not saying that I'm immediately smashing the buy button here, but just keep in mind that there's stuff going on behind the scenes that we are not completely aware of. All right. So there's that. And a couple things here after the CZ pardon news came out. BNB also started pumping, of course, naturally, as it would here. It put in a pretty strong candle. That's what you're seeing here. Pretty much about a 6% candle. And if you look at Aster as well, the DEX on BNB that pretty much Binance built, this thing is starting to potentially bottom out as well. And so keep an eye on this coin as well. This one interests me more than BNB, if I'm being honest, guys. I like the way that the structure is starting to form. You've got some nice bullish divergence here as well. And I see a potential supply line break coming as well, depending on how you draw it. So keep an eye on this coin because this has my interest for sure. You also have a falling wedge structure to me that is actually quite clear. And so I think this is a coin that we probably see a pretty nice move up in the future at some point. Let's take a volume profile here as well. Oh yeah, I think a move up to this value area low is probably a no-brainer sometime in the future. And just being on spot here would give you a 28% move. So I have for sure my eye on this coin. All right, cool. And then some other news unrelated to CZ and Binance, guys. So today, Vlad tweeted, he is Robinhood CEO, that they just listed Hype on their exchange. This is pretty interesting because they listed Hype before Coinbase even did, which is pretty damn fantastic. And this comes at pretty much the same time that Hyperliquid went ahead and filed an S1 with the SEC to raise up to $1 billion through a 160 million share offering. Pretty interesting, if you ask me, that this is happening, guys. I find this very interesting. A whole $1 billion to buy potential Hype tokens. And that is why you are essentially seeing Hyperliquid getting this bid over the last couple days. Since its bottom yesterday, this thing has gone up 17%. And overall, guys, if I am being transparent with you guys on this Hype chart, I am really liking what I'm seeing so far. This pullback is, now that it's starting to get some good news, is interesting me. We have this weekly bearish divergence that has, in my opinion, played out now on Hype. As you guys can see, this 50 level on the RSI right here is, in my opinion, a perfect place to be looking for continuation on a token like this. especially one that on Hype, that I know so many people that had been waiting and waiting to get into this coin pretty much this entire period. Like, what I mean by that is, while Hype was putting in this move and in this upsloping channel, people were like, oh well, Hype is too overvalued here, I don't want to buy it, I don't think that I should be getting in this token, like the bull run's over and I'll just wait till it gets a pullback. And then now at this point, now that Hype has put in a substantial pullback, weekly divergences played out, and you have on the volume profile a beautiful move down to this value area low, this is the exact value where you want to be buying a token like this, because your invalidation is very, very easy to, let's just say, plan out. For me on Hype, as long as this thing is above these levels, I'm going to be bullish on this asset, because in this case, Hype above 28.5 and on the top side of range 32.8, this is a great buy zone for me on Hype, because under here, of course I'm going to cut. I'm going to drop my whole position, because the likelihood that it probably gets a move down all the way back down to sub $20 is pretty high if it loses this zone. But as long as it doesn't lose this zone, I think that upside is probably the next thing that's going to happen here. So just wanted to give you a heads up, lots of bullish Hype news. That combined with this token being at good value zones is very interesting to me. What I will tell you guys here in terms of like invalidations and validations for buys is Hype above this zone on a daily close is bullish. And so as long as Hype is really closing above this level here at 36.8 or so, I think gets another push higher. This daily level here at 42.4 might act as resistance, but over time I would not be surprised to see this come back up to 45 bucks. So a daily close with a higher high here would very much interest me. 4 hour here on Hype, it does look like it might be coming down here. I would be personally interested in Hype if we do see like a sort of full rotation here back toward these lows. If we got something like that, I would for sure be looking to play this potentially on leverage, something like that. And I would be looking to take this at least to 45 bucks. So if we see something like that on Hype, I will for sure be looking to take some leverage trades. All right. Perfect. All right, guys. And before we end this video, of course, we're going to have to take a look at Bitcoin. And actually, I think you guys will like what I have to say on Bitcoin here. But before I do that, a quick word from me and my sponsor. Hey guys, just a quick word from me and the team at Breakout Prop Firm. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Breakout Prop Firm, the only prop firm out there that I trust for my subscribers and my students to be able to trade with. If you guys aren't familiar with prop firms, you can essentially use them to be able to trade with much higher capital than anyone might be able to if they have limited funds. And so with Breakout, you can get all the way up to $100,000 account size, guys, with either a 1 or 2 step evaluation here. Pretty much with the evaluation, guys, you just have to pass the evaluation. They got the goals here very clear on their website with the goals, losses that you have to stay above to be able to pass. And then after that, guys, you can literally be trading with up to $100,000 of Breakout's funds to take your own trades with, just for the small evaluation fee. All you guys have to do to sign up out here, go to breakoutprop.com and sign up with my code right here. You guys can use this code and get a nice discount on your evaluations. Good luck, guys. I appreciate you listening to me talk about Breakout, and happy trading. All right, boys and girls, we are back and we are taking a look at BTC here. And what I have to tell you guys about Bitcoin is actually going to be more on the bullish side of things. And why do I say that? Because so far, yesterday on BTC, we held a very important zone. And what I can tell you about this zone is so far holding this level right at 107,400 is bullish and confirmation for me to see higher prices is if we close the 12-hour / daily above this high from pretty much earlier this week, because I want to see a trend change here. So far, ever since we put in our top here at $126,000 early this month, Bitcoin has been in a bearish market structure posturing. On the 12-hour, indeed, you guys can see there's been nothing but lower highs here and lower lows. And so our first step into seeing Bitcoin change from bearish to bullish market structure is going to be a move above 111K here. If we go to the 4-hour chart, you guys can already see that we attempted to see that market structure shift on the 4H here. Unfortunately, we had an entire retracement of that whole move, which overall, looking at it in hindsight, isn't super surprising. I mean, we had this insane $4,000 candle to the upside on BTC before retracing that entire move. And so seeing price action retrace that isn't the most surprising thing, but I do like this stair step move up that we've been seeing now. I just really don't want to see Bitcoin end up rejecting from here, because if this happens, this is going to look ugly in itself, because we have a lower low and then this would be a lower high. And so pretty much what I want to see for bulls today is a move up above this zone. If we have some juice in the tank, that would be fantastic to see short term. All right. And the 4-hour RSI is looking pretty good. I mean, we're above the 50 level, so I like that. And so if we can get momentum to pick up here and see Bitcoin start to clear this zone, that would be great, especially at least closing above 111K on the 4-hour. All right. And so that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this video today, guys. Some of the bigger crypto news that's been going on, and take a look at BTC, give you my thoughts on the market. So far, what I will tell you, if you want just like a succinct explanation here, is on BTC, guys, I still think we are currently range bound. You know, closing back above pretty much like 108K brings us into this higher range still. And so as long as Bitcoin isn't closing above yesterday's lows at about 107, I still think we can get a push up higher. But if we start closing below yesterday's lows, I think it's very possible we see 105 again, and then maybe all the way down to about 100K. So let's see what happens here, guys. In the meantime, hope everyone has a fantastic rest of your day. Have a great Thursday, guys. And if you guys are staying till the end of the video, I would appreciate it if in the comment section below you put potato. That's going to be the comment of the day. All right. I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Peace.